Hi Libra, I'm Pam and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for March 2015. This month I laid out the Rainbow Tarot spread for you and pulled an additional card from Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Angels Oracle cards. Please be sure to stay tuned to my channel at the middle of this month and every month because I'm going to be adding a special edition. This month, the special edition will be Luck for Your Sign, Libra. So please make sure to tune in to check that out. So on to your reading for March 2015. I'm going to start off your reading by telling you I am seeing cards repeated over and over again for the different signs, sometimes in the exact same positions, even though I record these on different days and shuffle many, many times. I'm coming to the conclusion that some major planetary things must be going on in this month of March and in the month of April. I have not researched that yet, and normally I do before I do monthly readings, see if there's any planetary things coming up, but I have no idea. So feel free to email me or put it on the comment boards below because you, Libra, have this card, and you are not the first sign to get this card in this exact same position. You have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, to me, is an earth sign male. This would be a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is somebody that is, he's a very passionate person usually. His emotions run very deep. He can be someone that is very good with reading people empathically, like intuitively and empathically. He can pick up people's emotions and feelings, and he can intuitively just know about people. That's how come they are often very good in business. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is often concerned with the sensual pleasures in life and having fine things and luxury items. If he's operating from the negative side of the Knight of Pentacles, he could be prone to depression, possibly have issues involving drinking, and he could not be good with his finances. Money could just slip through his fingers. So it just depends on which Knight of Pentacles you're dealing with. I feel that you're coming to some conclusions about this Knight of Pentacles that you want to be done with him. I feel that he has been giving you a rough time of it in some way. You've taken some calculated risks with this man, and they have not paid off for you or panned out for you fully. I feel that he's viewed you as somebody that he can use and sponge off of you somehow, Libra. He wants you to be there for him, to support him. I do feel he's somewhat on a road or a path to self-destruction or some kind of destruction. For some of you, he's had an addiction to alcohol. For some of you, he's had an addiction to cocaine. For some of you, he's had an addiction to heroin. For some of you, he's just been an ongoing source of problems. And money has been a problem for him. Money has slipped through his fingers, and he wants you to come in and save him or rescue him or give him money, possibly even give him a loan or a place to stay. Just like, wow, it just depends on who this guy is for you. But for many of you, I feel he's been a source of problems. He's been an income drain to you, a drain to your bank account and your resources, and has really been a source of irritation or emotional upset for you. So for some of you Libras, he's a son. For some of you, he's a nephew. For some of you, he's a really close friend. For some of you, he could be a romantic partner. He comes up as that lastly to me, though. He definitely sees you as a source of a financial way out. Regardless, he may not even have an addiction at all. He could just be someone that you're connected to that sees you as you're going to be his stepping stone, or you're going to be his life preserver, especially in a financial sense or in a place to stay sense. So whoever this Knight of Pentacles is to you just depends on which Libra you are and which Knight of Pentacles he is. Now, when I say that, because I've had people question me what I mean when I say just depends on which Libra you are, because there's so many Libras out there that are watching this. I don't know which Libra I'm talking to, that how he will apply to you in your life. I do feel that many of you Libras are going to get rid of him, in the sense, get rid of him being financially dependent on you, or get rid of that pattern that he's developed of coming to you to rescue him or save him. That doesn't mean you're going to not talk to him anymore. It does not mean you're not going to deal with him anymore. It does not mean you will not be there in an emotional supportive role for him anymore. I do feel that's trying on your patience as well. I mean, I feel that you will not be continuing to constantly be there to bail him out. Like, I feel like you're going to set some boundaries here and put some, like maybe this will be the last time you give him money. You might not even do it this time, but if it is, it's going to be the last time. That's what I feel. Although, you Libras can tend to be soft-hearted, so you may go in with that intention and end up turning around and doing it again. But this guy needs to learn his lesson. He cannot constantly go to you and others to constantly bail him out of the situations he's in. Especially for those of you that he is someone with a problem with addiction. He needs to overcome these issues, because borrowing money from you, he's just going to keep doing it. He's just going to keep doing it, and he's going to keep using this money inappropriately, and it's taking a toll on your finances and your mental and emotional state, and it's not solving the problem. It's not even putting a Band-Aid on it. It's like enabling him. For those of you that he's the person with the addiction, for those of you that he's just somebody that always looks like he needs to save him, he could be making poor business decisions and financial decisions that just keep, being a problem. So I don't know. It's your call, Libra, on that one. This is a karmic relationship. I can't read the outcome of it fully. It's up for you to decide. I can tell you what I get, that you need to put on the brakes with giving this guy support financially all the time, but it's up to you to decide what you're going to do here with that. Now, the next card you have in your layout today for this March reading, Libra, you have the Emperor. And the Emperor is a card that symbolizes a paternal figure that's crossed over to the other side, that's watching you, guiding you, protecting you, also giving you instant ideas and inspiration. So when stuff drops into your head out of nowhere and it seems like a thought out of the blue, sometimes it's actually coming from this Emperor. Get going on with your life and stop troubling yourself what's going on with everyone else's. This is what I'm hearing, which I know may sound cold and easy to say. However, I'm just repeating the messages I get. So it's up to you, Libras, to decipher how that makes sense to you. It's like you're taking on too much responsibility for other people's lives and, what's their gain. And like, you're not really gaining much from it, but feeling depleted energetically, spiritually, and monetarily. There's a great deal of love and support coming to you from the other side, but they're really adamant about wanting to see you make the right decisions and choices. I feel like they're kind of wondering or wanting you to change your pattern of thinking, and maybe what your normal pattern of decision making is, like what you would normally choose to do. Before you do that next step or next decision, they want you to change your perspective a little bit and alter your thinking. I feel like they would like you to reconsider some decisions you're making and change them. Change some of your decisions. Family money comes up here. So you also have to be conscious and and have some thoughts about your spending, the money you're spending, or the money your family is spending. I feel that some of you need to let go of some property, sell some of your property, whether it's personal property or actual land, home property. It depends on, your interpretation of property could be many things. If you have musical instruments you're not playing anymore, maybe you need to sell them. If you have a lot of jewelry or coins, if you've been a coin collector or stamp collecting, and or if you collect, very expensive pocketbooks or shoes, or any kind of like knife collection, or whatever you collect, or property that's personal property that has some value to it, that maybe you have an overflow of it, you might want to consider selling some of it or giving some of it away. But it does come up to me as selling it first. And if you have a house, like a beach house or a lake house or a mountain house or some kind of property you don't get to that much, or you're not renting it out, or it's not panning out for you, you're trying to rent it and nobody's renting it, you might want to consider selling it, because this paternal figure on the other side is suggesting that this whole thing that's coming from the spirit world to you through this emperor is to change your perspective, change the way you're thinking, and do some decision making that's maybe different than what you normally would do, especially for some reason right now in this month of March and in April, to start looking at that. I do feel that any of you Libras that are thinking about selling a property or selling your house, I do get you receiving a generous offer for that real estate property. So seriously consider that. If there are some of you that have a home that you are considering selling, I feel like you would do very well right now. Also, if any of you are linked to any family money that needs to be divided properly between, any family members, between siblings or cousins, or depending on how far reaching it is, this emperor is also saying make sure it is divided fairly and properly. Like, handle these matters properly. Make the decisions quickly too, because I'm also getting there's too much lagging going on here of decision making, and you don't want to drag your feet too long either. So that's coming up here as well from the emperor. Now, crowning your reading, Libra, you have the card of Nine of Pentacles, and Nine of Pentacles to me is a card that symbolizes being at peace and contentment with your life and having financial stability and financial abundance behind you. I do feel that for some of you Libras out there, there's a great deal of stress that's happening to you in regard to money matters. Now, I'm going to say this, as I said before, there could be astrological influences occurring here that are coming up, making this be a prominent time for you for this to be coming up. I feel that for many of you, this has been your dream or your goal, this Nine of Pentacles position, to be at peace and contentment with your life, with financial abundance and security. But I feel some of you, not all of you Libras, this dream might be getting shaken up or threatened or shattered a little bit here. Now, as I always say, Libra, this is a general reading, so all of these messages are not going to make sense to all of you Libras and may only make sense to some of you. So I would seriously recommend finding out your ascendant or rising sign. If you do not know it, find it out and watch your rising sign videos if this messages here are not making sense to you for your sun sign of Libra. I do hear that some of you are coming to the realization that there are things that need to be altered. I feel many of you Libras have been battling inside of yourself over some issues and really beating yourself up, going around and around in your mind, and also concerned about change, like being worried or concerned about things changing. Some of you Libras may be coming up against some opposition from some family members. Now, this could be in regard to this first card that came up, which was the Knight of Pentacles. That could be a son or a nephew or some friend or somebody important to you. It could, but it could be a family member. It could be over this issue, not coming from him himself, could be from other people. They're saying, don't be penny wise and pound foolish. That's an old saying. You have to make some decisions right now that are wise for you now, but also in your future. Don't forget the big picture, they're saying. Don't focus so much on this minute that it freaks you out and it makes you do some unstable thinking or spending, and look at the long haul and the bigger picture. They're saying you've got to let the fruit ripen on the tree fully before you pick it. So you've got to wait. There's some things that need time to mature. They're saying, don't sell off the farm to buy a cow. You need to take things in stride and get rid of other things first, like smaller things first, or things you're not needing or using first. For some of you Libras, I feel the month of February may have taken a toll or a hit for you financially. So we're going into March now, so the picture is changing. And you know what? I'm going to say the same thing I'd said in the Cancers videos. Some themes are getting repeated here for different signs. I know in the month for the Tauruses, I got that this was a big month of decision making for them. You are also hearing that as well. I'm getting that similar message for you, that this is a big month of decision making for you. There's going to be a great deal of internal struggle and push and pull going on inside of yourself. And for some reason, Libra, it really seems to have to do a lot about money. I hear that Libras are actually very good in the area of sales and in business in a lot of ways. So they're talking about that you need to get things going on in the art of buying and selling is very important right now. So that seems like a very strong message, is like your decision making, selling off things that you don't need or want anymore. All that is like the big theme for you for this month of March, Libra. Now, the next card you have in your card layout here of the tarot portion of your reading, you have the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is a card to me that symbolizes being in limbo. This is, you're not moving forward, you're not moving backward, you're suspended in animation right there. And it's also a card that says you have to draw from your psychic ability and your intuition very strongly at the time when this card show up. So it's telling you to draw from your own psychic ability and intuition. I do hear that many of you Libras are going to be involved in property settlements and property agreements and arrangements. I do pick up that you really are going to be strategizing and planning about what you want to do with your money and your family money. Some of you may be rewriting your will or going over your finances with a fine-tooth comb, like going over investments, going over any stocks or bonds or mutual funds that you have. You may be moving things around and changing things with that. You may be cashing some things in and taking some money and putting it away in a safety deposit box or in a safe somewhere. You might even be doing that. Some of you that are in real estate or interested in getting getting into real estate, I see some of you getting your real estate license, or getting the license to work, if any licenses are required for working with mortgages, lending companies and mortgages. I see some of you Libras getting involved in that area and that line of work. I do feel many of you Libras are going to be feeling very influenced right now by the power of God or the universe or the divine source, whatever you want to call it, right now. Like you're being guided and to follow some kind of call, like calling or some kind of call. I feel some of you Libras are having some regrets over some decisions that you've made, or people that you're not dealing with very much, or just the way some things have been handled with business, like your own business, if you own your own business, having some regrets about some business deals or decisions, or or family decisions. It comes up here. And I'm also hearing you really need to study your past. It's like they want you to review your past decisions so that you can change and make different decisions moving forward in your life. I do hear that you're going to be getting more organized, clearing your house, clearing your clearing anything out that's clutter, and starting with a clean slate. I do see many of you doing that. For some reason, it comes up very strong for you for this month of March and going into the next, 4 months even, of space clearing, energy clearing. I would seriously think about getting some work done energetically for yourself, like going to someone that knows how to do Reiki or chakra balancing or aura clearings. I feel that you Libras could really benefit from that kind of spiritual work right now for your energy, because I'm seeing a lot of you really plagued in your mind. I'm seeing you're an air sign, right? So air signs like to and have a tendency to overanalyze, to ruminate, to go over things over and over and over again. All the air signs have the tendency to do that. And I really see you in like a real fit of worry right now. Like you're worried about this, you're worried about that, you're worried about this property, you're worried about money, you're worried about this relative, you're worried about, business opportunities or family members. But I'm getting like worry, all different directions. And this is not good for you energetically. You need to get this, it's like clouding up your aura for many of you, not for all of you, for some of you. And I do feel that you could really benefit from some energy work. So, consider looking into that, or seriously starting to meditate on your own, or, look into sea salt baths and, any kind of releasing like toxins from your body. I feel like your energy is a bit clouded. Now, like I said, this isn't going to apply for all of you. This is only going to apply to some of you Libras. Now, this, I didn't even see this is here, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look, you have 4 of Cups. And 4 of Cups is overanalyzing, going within, ruminating, worrying, sadness, regrets. This does come up, and it was coming up before I even looked at the card. And it's also God giving you a blessing and showing you signs. But the problem here is you're not totally paying attention to them. You're too internalizing too many things and focusing and going within too much. You're not paying attention to some things that you really need to be focusing on. I do totally hear that you're going to be decluttering your life. And I do see you focusing on how you can make your life better and the life better for those around you. But I still keep picking up, you have this ongoing internal struggle. Struggling within keeps coming up here. I do feel that you are going to be making some changes, and you're preparing to make these changes. For some of you, I also see you making some dietary changes comes up here, like giving up sugar or any kind of chocolate or sugar or soda or anything with preservatives and additives in it. Stopping eating candy and cookies, anything sugar related, even maybe not eating too much fruit either, because I see you trying to step away from sugar. Some of you are going to be making a very strong connection with someone that's going to stop by and give you some advice, or you are going to be seeking them out for advice. Some of you, this is a religious figure, like a pastor, a priest, or a minister. For some of you, this is a new spirit guide that's going to come in and start talking to you and giving you messages and inspiration that's going to help you move forward. For some of you, this is somebody that's also going to drop by your house. It could be a person that drops by your house and actually gives you some kind of consultation about insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and could also be talking to you about your finances, like investments and financing. He could be a lawyer. He could be a financial advisor / lawyer. Because I do see some of you consulting with a prominent figure. It just depends on which Libra you are as to who this person is. For some of you, it's a spiritual advisor in the physical world or in the spiritual plane. For some of you, it's far more practical than that. As I said, it could be dealing with matters of health insurance, medical insurance, or your finances. So it's quite a mixture there depending on who you are out there. Now, for the outcome card of the Doreen Virtues Healing with the Angels Oracle cards, you got the card of Harmony. I hear you're now getting your life going and dancing to a different tune. There's going to be a whole new world that's going to be opening up for you. Your life is going to change. This comes in the form of many happy surprises. Some of you are going to have a child born to you or to someone in your life that you care about, a niece, a nephew, a son, a daughter. But for some of you, it will be your own child. There's going to be some change of that occurring for some of you Libras. It's coming up with this card. I hear some of you are going to be engaging in some kind of program like Weight Watchers, or going to Tai Bo, or some kind of kickboxing programs, or getting involved at going to a gym and getting on some kind of program or regimen, like spinning classes, or some kind of group activity that's to improve your physique and your health as well. For some of you Libras, you're really going to be getting out there and getting out into the public and strutting your stuff. They sang that song to me, it was a commercial from years ago, frying up the bacon, bringing home the bacon and frying it up in a pan, that you're also going to be doing that. I see some of you really proud and taking some real responsibility in regard to family matters and family well-being and welfare. Some of you Libras are getting involved in politics, because they showed me like getting out there and rubbing elbows in the political sense. And some of you are going to be joining what they're calling a team of leaders, and making public engagements, like arrangements for public engagements comes up. So some of you are actually going to be out there speaking to the public for the benefit of causes you believe in. It could be for, animal welfare and animal rights. It could be in regard to, the nation, things that are going on nationally that are upsetting to people. You might be out there addressing some of these causes and concerns, and being on the forefront of like speaking out, making public statements, and trying to rally people behind a cause. So very interesting. You had a very, very unusual. I'm finding that this month, I feel like all the readings seem unusual to me for every sign. not the norm of what I usually hear. So I hope this reading made sense to you. I hope this reading was of help to you, Libras. And I want to say, please don't forget to tune in to my channel. Please tune in the middle of the month for your special edition. This month it will be in regard to luck for your sign, Libra. So please be sure to tune in for that. Also, please be sure to follow me on Facebook because I do post things there you're not going to be able to see here. And that is at The Lucky Mermaid LLC. And to follow my tweets on Twitter, I do post daily, and that is at The Lucky Mermaid. I hope you have a great month of March, Libra, and know that I wish you many blessings and